There you go. All
Let's
yours.
go. All right. So Tuesday, February 5. So macroeconomics forex calendar. At 7:15, we've got the Spanish services PMI, and then half an hour later, we have the Italian services PMI. They're amber, they've got the yellow financial services bureau, and then we've got a big one for the pound services PMI. So lots of PMIs out tonight. And then 9 o'clock, a couple more euros, the retail sales, and then the Italian preliminary CPI month on month. There's LNT, the government board member, Reserve Board, is going to speak the Swiss, so that could be a potential market mover, depends. And half past midnight, FOMC member Duke speaks, but it's only an email. But at 2 a.m. we've got the ISM, non-manufacturing PMI for US dollars. So major ones, pound, euro, and on for the US at 2 a.m. And then tomorrow New Zealand's got a bank holiday, so Kiwi should be very quiet tomorrow. So euro and pound, so euro's falling from last night, so I couldn't have more of a catalyst to fall based on the reports. We'll have to wait and see. On stock futures, last night the Dow was down just under 129 points. The S&P and the Nasdaq both fell just at 1%. In trading today, the Asia Pacific Nikkei was down 190 after a nice run up past 11,000, and the Hang Seng was down 400. In Australia, I don't know what Australia did today. Let me just have a quick look. Just go to my trusty ComSec website, and big fall down, and it rallied towards the end of the day. Just after lunchtime it rallied about 15 points to the upside, but still down for the day in total. Tonight, futures were up 14 on the Dow Jones. It was minus 85 just after the close, and it's improved during the day, which complements what happened on the Australian market with a nice little rally up during the day session. But Europe's a bit flat as well. I mean, you've got 80 for the euro, minus 80 for the euro, which ties into the reportings tonight. FTSE's up 14, and the CAC and the DAX is down slightly. So it looks like a flat to low start for America based on what's happening in Europe. On the Dow Jones Index, the marketplace itself, a nice run up, surpassed the 14,000, crept its nose over, and yesterday had a heavy reversal back down just past the 13,900 area. Nice trend up. So nice little demand level there as well. It's had 1-2 goes of it recently. So it's had a lower high, but not a lower low just yet. Big push down by the sellers. So question is, which one's the fake out? Was it a big push to the upside just to test higher grounds before retracing back down after this big run up, or last night was a fake out, just getting a better price before the next run up in line with the trend? So time will tell based on what's going to happen tonight. This is going to be a continuation to the downside to come and test around these one support level and demand levels just under 13,700, of course, going to push right on up to further highs. The US dollar index, the cash index. So this is the daily chart. Currently, we've got buyers in control. Higher highs, higher lows. Let's just put some lines on there. So nice little trend line there. So it's got a little bit of room to move to the upside. So it came down and tested around 79 area, which we spoke about last week. Had this big push down. Nice doji. Indecision, potential correction, and it was, and now we had a big push up here over the last 2 sessions. So a little bit more room to go before it touches around the 80, 79, 90, 80 mark, which coincides with the supply level before perhaps coming back down and filling the void, just so it ebbs and flows before it pinches this trend formation for either continuing to the downside or more to the upside, possibly 80, 50 if it does in fact back to the upside, or coming back down to test the lows around 78, 60 to the downside. But right now it's more buyers in control. It's high probability it's going to push more to the upside, just to clear this void to retest that primary downtrend line as well. Any questions on the macro fundamentals before I move on to the forex charts?
Nope. Nothing from me.
Anne?
No questions. No questions.
Okay, the charts. So you've got the euro dollar daily chart. So we had a big push down yesterday's session, massive push by the sellers, and then today it's a continuation of more of the same. So it's broken this tertiary uptrend line, broken 8 and 10 as well, and it's got a big void to fill before it touches the secondary downtrend line, uptrend line, I'm sorry. Or it's also got these significant demand levels, which is not too far away. So I'll just put those in. So it has broken that one there at 74.16 and then, sorry, this one here, 34.74 and pushing, so a little bit more room to move before it hits the next demand level, around 34.14, another 50 odd pips. Or if it does break through that, then obviously we're going to come down and test these lows around 72.90 if it does intend to get that far, which is also the secondary uptrend line. On lower time frames, for our charts, it'd be more of the same, lower highs and lower lows, which it is. It's been falling for quite a few number of hours. It's heavily oversold. May retrace back up to test the 8 and the 10. So it might test the 8 and 10 at 135.58 before prices continue to the downside. It has broken that trend line as discussed on the data, so it has a little bit more room to move around the 72.90 area. But all happening on the 4 hour is lower highs, lower lows, and plenty of sellers in control. On the 1 hour chart, as you can see, it's lower highs, lower lows. Sellers definitely in control. It's been oversold for quite a number of hours, but that doesn't really matter. The trend is definitely the downtrend, breaking that trend line. Buyers coming on the 1 hour, not with much conviction at the moment. They're just holding the price here at the moment, probably before some of those later reports in a couple of hours' time. But definitely lower highs, lower lows on the euro. I think it's too late to get into this one. There's a big push down. It's still buyers, sellers control now, so it's quite a fair way away from 37.06 as potential stop. So that's definitely sellers, more sellers for the euro dollar. Any questions for the euro dollar?
Yeah, can you please try your fib to see where the retracement would be?
To the downside or to the upside here?
To the downside.
To the downside, correct. So that's been taken. So it's just past the 50% in.
Okay, great.
So it's past the 50%, so it's possibly another 34.20, so another 60 pips, which is also just above that supply level.
Thanks for that. That's good.
Okay.
No questions for
Dollar
me.
yen. Dollar yen sellers as well. A little bit of a doji here at the moment, so it could be a correction stabilization and more to the upside, or it could be more to the downside. We saw a big void to the 8 and the 10, another 80 pips, and also to the uptrend line, which is around 200 pips, 160 pips away, which is also this major demand line, which is it, which it has been before. It's tested it previously and broken through that, so it may come down just to test that, which is such a wonderful price coming onto the upside. Not a bad stop, 93, which is 70, 80 pips away, to make 100 pips, so almost 1-to-1. Heavily overbought, plenty of room to move back down and also to move complete this void just to the uptrend line. On the 4 hour chart, so sellers in control, it came down to test 92, but the buyers pushed it back up, just holding prices there around the 92.20 here at the moment. It is a M3 to the downside, but is that big gap to fill? Can prices come all the way down to around the 90.40 area, or can the buyers push it back up to test 93 and beyond? On the 1 hour chart, so lower highs, lower lows. It had a big push up by the buyers during the morning session, and then sellers come in, nice spears through there, and then prices continue on to the downside. They're just holding the area here at the moment, probably looking for some guidance during the US session. They're just hovering around the 8 and the 10, but lower highs, lower lows, more room to the downside. Any questions with the volume?
No questions.
No questions.
The pound dollar. So the pound dollar, lower highs, lower lows. It's broken this low previously at 158.20. Big push down. We had a nice bearish 3, and sellers took it all the way down to retest the 157 area. The buyers came in yesterday. Just it failed to push up past the 8 and 10, or also this down trend line. Didn't close above it, and now sellers have re-entered the market to come to obviously test the 157 area or just this major uptrend line. So this is the uptrend line that I have going back from 2010, touching in 2012. So it's a little bit more room to move just to come down here. So that's 156. So it's another 100 pips potentially can come down just to complete this void before prices deciding to break further down to 154.90 area, these demand levels here, or push the upside to retest the highs, 158.70 and beyond, to come up and retest that downtrend line set in the past. So, but at the moment, sellers are definitely in control, more to the downside, just to come down and retest this 157 before prices decide which way they're going to go. On the 4-hour charts, so then we have that big push down where the sellers come down, they hold prices at 157. It's retested the downtrend line I had previously, quite interestingly. But I'll reset it there, and then they're just hovering around the 8 and the 10. We've got that report tonight as well on the pound, so I might just want to rest there until I get some direction from that report. It's got a bit of room to go to the upside, another 70 pips to touch that downtrend line, or it could just be the lower high right now, which is the 38 level based on the previous move down. So 38, 2 doges on the 38.2 level. Now prices are moving back down to come and test 157. Interesting. On the 1 hour, nice demand at that 38.2. It's clearly seen on the 1 hour, lower highs it was making throughout the day. They tried to hold it up through 157.51, and then over the last hour with the UK session opening, they've pushed it right back down now. So they've broken up the demand level, and it's clearly it's going to come down a little bit further on just to test these 157 areas, so another 34 pips before prices on which way it's going to go. Any questions with the pound?
No questions.
No questions.
The dollar Swiss. The dollar Swiss has broken these lows previously over the last 3 days. So it's broken the 90.86 area, which was a nice demand level that was set in the past, and it came down to test around the 90.20 area. But it had broken this uptrend line that I had previously. It's actually just come up to retest it now. So over the last 4 days, it's tested it the 3rd time it's tested this level. So prices can either break through that to come up to the 8 and the 10, or use this as a supply level. I'll just put the line in there. Around there, before prices come down to close this shadow and to either continue on to test these lows set at 81.37 back in the past around February 2012. The lower lows, lower highs, the sellers in control. It's stabilising itself at the moment, trying to correct itself. But good buyers in control, but it's not pushing up at any time or with any velocity at the moment. If it does in fact retrace, yeah.
Yeah, can you please draw your fib retracement as well? Thank you.
Yeah, I was just about to do that. So, so the previous high. So if it does in fact retrace, it's going to 91.36 and potentially the 91.72. That's 50% retracement. So that's 30 to 70 pips. Pip movement. Stop loss 91.07, 90.19. So about 100 pips. So 70 pips to gain, 100 pips as a potential risk. High low at the moment, where it was in 2 days. Looking to push on to make a high into, probably move on to the 8 and 10. 4-hour chart. So we can see double doji has formed the bottom, Y's took it up, they've come up and tested around these levels. Higher high, higher low at the moment. Just with the pricing controls, but if they get these highs previously at 9, 11, it's sort of struggling here at the moment as well, not really pushing on with any movement or any velocity. So it's just hovering around that period at the moment. On the 1 hour chart, so on the 1 hour chart, it hasn't broken that supply level that it has set in the past. It's tried it a couple of times, even in the last hour, and then sellers just come there to push it back down. So it looks like it's just hovering around this area around the 9107. I'll just put my trend line here. So it's a bit of room to move to the downside, just to touch that uptrend before prices decide which way it's going to go. Probably just filling up this void for the next couple of hours, and it's going to decide its breaks to the upside to test these Fibonacci levels, or break to the downside and come down to 9020. Any questions with the Swissy?
No questions.
No questions.
The Aussie dollar, the Aussie battler, sellers higher low but a lower high. Had a major report today with the RBA announcement that unchanged, and just a couple of hours after it sort of fell down. It's hovering around this major demand area, around the 104 area. It's come down, closed these shadows, pushed back down, come up, and then now it's just hovering around -10. It's just sitting above this uptrend line, and also the under 10. It's not oversold. It's moved up a little bit, but it has the potential to come back and just close the shadows and to once again test this uptrend line before prices decide which way it's going to go. Do make a lower low. Didn't take out the lows at 103.40. But even with that news announcement, it didn't really drop too much, so possibly some of it would have been factored in. But it's forming a great demand area around the 104 area. On the lower time frame. So that's the sellers moving in around the 1 o'clock. Then continue on to the downtrend to 103.74, lower highs, lower lows. Wires have resisted it and just moved in here and now, just holding it up just above the 104.15. So they're just holding prices up around this much as on the 1 hour chart. So a big push down, and yeah, they're trying to correct itself. It's just coming up to the 104.20 area. It was heavily oversold, so just to be a retracement before sellers come in and push prices back down just to test this uptrend line. There's such a big move. It's taking out quite a number of hours and more prices that potentially it's highly probable that it's going to come to its continuation with this big momentum to the downside. So any questions with the Aussie dollar?
No questions. Can you do me a favor, please?
Yeah.
JP, would you mind going directly to the pound yen and see what the plan is going to be? Now that we entered, yes please, where can we drop this down to? What will be our plan?
Okay. Pound, so lower highs, lower lows. Sellers definitely in control. It's just coming down to test these shadows that it's fed in a couple of days. So 144.90, which is another, not too much, another 10 pips away. But with such sellers, such momentum to the downside, if it holds like this, that's odds and probabilities that it is continuing more to the downside. I'll just put a trend line up here. Bear with me. So it has broken that uptrend line that I have there. So it's broken that. If it does break that, then obviously it's got a high probability it's going to come down and test the Fibonacci levels. I have one here. It's too much, so I'll move that to, that's gone. It's on the 50% of that one here at the moment. If it does in fact break that one, potentially that's the shadow of 38.2 on the next one, or 144.33. But it has got a little bit more to go to be oversold, and it has got a lot more room to touch the next uptrend line, somewhere sometime around the 144 area. That's another 100 pips, maybe a little bit more, depends how quickly it's going to get there. I'll just put another one here. Yeah, so that seems to be a major supply area. It's tested it once, twice, 3 times, so 144.87. So that's another 13, 20 pips away from the 4 hour chart. Okay, the 1 hour and a lower time frame. Sellers definitely in control. Nice bearish through pattern come down. It's looking to test these levels already. Still more room to go to its oversold. On the chart. So that's that trend line that's broken, and it has plenty of room to move. But also there's that major demand area here as well. 144.87 that breaks through that, obviously going to test. And the Fibonacci leaves, which is also the demand level on 144.30, another 70 pips to the downside. So for me, I think it's just starting. The pound, like I always said, we just started the UK session. Obviously, it's had lower lows, lower highs. I could just hold it down. I try to take a little bit profits around the 144.87 area, just a little bit further down, and then cut the risk out. Bring the stop down to break even, and we'll let the last one.
Alrighty. Okay. So will this be a swing trade, or what should we do with it? What shall we do with it? That's the question.
I think it'd have to be an overnight swing trade.
Overnight. Okay, so tomorrow. Alright, how about you, Ann? Are you in or not?
I mean, looking at it on my end, the tertiary uptrend line hasn't been violated. It may, for me, I think an overnight trade, most likely. Still on an uptrend.
Okay, do me a favor, please, JP. Let's clean that uptrend line. Put it on the next, pretty much the first low for now, please. From the first low to the second low, yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so we need to have a clear indication that that's going to be violated, right? Okay. So we're going to wait till tomorrow. Alright, few scenarios. What's the reports tomorrow? We have ISM. What else do we have?
Get the pound in a couple hours time, 8:30 my time, so I don't know what time it is your time. But in a couple hours. Anyway.
LFX HP.
Okay, we got that's Wednesday. What's up there? Services PMI? No, that's Tuesday. Is that Tuesday your time? Services
Yeah,
PMI.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
So you got services PMI at 8:30. So those are the things that we need to be aware. Okay. I think pretty much we're up, what, 60 pips of some sort?
Yeah.
So the question here is, are we going to put the stop loss at break even or below the break even point in order for it to just in case it goes up, then it doesn't really matter. Or, now since it is an overnight trade, then technically speaking, it really shouldn't be on the daily chart. It'll be on the 4-hourly chart, right?
Correct.
4-hourly chart. What are the odds and probability to create a new lower low?
It's quite high, actually.
Okay, and 144.83. There is a range between 144.83. What's the low of the last low, please? Of the blue doji. What's the low of that one? 144.88.
144.88.
What? How about the red one? 144.92.
So that's lower.
Okay, depending on how many position size basically we've got. No, sellers are way too powerful, way too strong. But when is that bar gonna finish?
That started at 9 o'clock.
1 a.m. Oh, yeah, 9 o'clock. That's right.
9 o'clock your time?
Yeah, our time.
2.5 hours.
2.5, so another 2.5 hours. Okay, so a couple of ways. It seems still in an uptrend. Either we put a profit target of 144.90 something or 145. Pretty much in about 13, 14 pips, you guys will basically be taken.
Sounds good to me.
How about you, JP?
It is about. But what do I feel right now? Is it just me that I feel that this is going to break the supply level and continue on down?
Okay. Up to where though? Where do you think that supply or that current demand is gonna break to?
Somewhere around here, 144.20. But that's only an extra 60 pips.
Right, so-
Or we just spoke about it with our rules recently. So this is that trend line we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Before hour. Remember how we were just talking about the euro yen? So why don't we have a plan in that if it breaks this trend line, we're out?
Okay, so if that breaks the
Wouldn't
trend
that be the
line,
same thing we just discussed an hour ago?
yeah, absolutely. I agree with everything that you're saying. Okay, let's talk about profitability though. Okay, what if you take 2/3 or 1/3 of 144.90 add something 145 and let the other one ride, or let the other one until it gets the downtrend line violated?
Yeah, that sounds good. That covers pretty much all bases.
All right, there you go. Let's do that then. Let's create that plan. Putting OCO orders, 1/3, 1/3, or whatever you guys want to do. Buy back in. Oh no. Alright, done. Done on my end.
Cool. Done.
Okay. Is it already done?
Alright, so are you still happy to have that stop loss to the upside right there?
Well, no, because once it violates that downtrend line, I'm out.
Gotcha. So
It's finished.
then it needs to get that stop as well readjusted, right?
So what break even was just lower, so because we're anticipating what it to go down, are we?
Yeah, because we have the price anticipation on the 144. You have the first target at 144.90, right? Now,
Correct.
if the trend basically gets broken, then technically speaking, you should really still be positive. Does it make sense? Because now the trend line from the trend line you're talking here and the downtrend line. So now in terms of risk is way too far. It's too taking risk right there for. So technically speaking, your stop really should be just way below your entry point. Worst case scenario, if it goes to the upside, you're up by at least a couple of pips. 2 pips is better than none.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than loss. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Okay. Okie dokes.
Because let's talk about probabilities as well to the downside. What is the probability out of 100% that the price will go to 144.90? If bears are currently in control at the moment, it's really, really powerful. What are the odds that it will drop?
A good probability.
Mm-hmm.
Just do a bit more of the notes. And that's for Tracy.
Nice. Perfect. So what did we learn from that trade then?
We learned that we can follow our rules and execute the trade based on them.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. This is a starting point, right? Worst case scenario, there's no worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is you still make a profit. That's the worst case scenario.
Move on to the next one.
Yeah, sweet. And going long because we all agree it's still in an uptrend,
Correct.
right? Because this might just
So
be
get
a
ready.
correction. So, yeah.
Yeah. So get ready to reverse JP if it violates.
So I reckon everything is just pretty much a profit-taking type of scenario.
Yeah.
Like the indices and things like that. Better to, I mean, anything can do anything. Anything can drop tomorrow like a bag of potatoes as far as I'm concerned.
Strong chance.
Okay. Let's do one more. Which one have you guys seen today that has a high probability of making money?
Short term?
Short term, long term.
Have a look at a dollar cat.
Dollar cat?
Is there a pound, a euro pound?
Yeah, I looked at that. It's just sitting at the middle, 58.60.
Too late. That one's
It was a
moved too
big,
far.
big drop as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dollar cat, please.
Yeah, I'm right here right now. Okay.
So what's the main issue with the dollar CAD? This is where it's kind of interesting, right? How can we join or connect the dollar index with the dollar CAD or the dollar Swiss even for that matter?
DXY is retracing to the upside. Now
So
we know for a fact that this one's broken the primary downtrend line as well.
Right, if the dollar index has been retracing, it retraced massively yesterday and today, then how come then that the dollar CAD didn't want to perform the way it should be?
Yeah, true.
same with the euro. The dollar switch.
Gold?
Well, technically speaking, what's the weighting of the CAD against the dollar index? Do you guys remember?
No, I can't remember.
No, let's go back
Not
to
much.
Alright, have a look on your website.
Your website?
Yeah.
I think it's what? Is it 17%? I'm guessing. Have a look.
Do you want me to log in? Right?
Yep, yes please. Click on click on the members. Members please. And click on the Elite Trader area. Okay. Password is capital I space M space A space Super Trader, all in one word.
Capital I.
Space
Yeah.
M space A Super Trader. Alright, if you go through the bottom part, yeah, where it says click here, is these 5 simple steps. Alright, click next. You'll see on the dollar index, Canadian dollar 9.1%. Hence the euro was 57.6, right? It's huge, and that's why the euro basically tanked against the dollar. Alright, what is it drives the Canadian dollar?
Oil?
Oil. I believe you have your net Daniel right there. What did oil do?
It did. WTI crude.
Uh-huh.
It dropped 95.87. Oh, right.
So, if crude oil basically dropped, then the Canadian actually really, technically speaking, should drop too, and the dollar would go up. Then how come it didn't want to play? See, crude oil tanked, right?
Mm,
Did petrol go up in your end, or did it drop?
it dropped.
It dropped. See, over here it went up, bastards. It went up by 20 cents.
Per gallon.
Yeah. It was like 3.49. Actually, it went 30 cents. No, it's now 3.79. Okay, and I say crude oil, right? Crude oil. It dropped quite a lot, like $8 almost, $2, $3 from yesterday. What did the gold do, by the way?
Gold. Always believe in gold.
Oh, I got taken out. There you go. I am out. You guys should have been. Did you guys get taken?
No.
Yeah.
How good morning.
Yeah.
What did you set it?
Mine is on 145.
145.
But don't worry, yours will be taken pretty soon.
Famous last words. Oh, God.
Okay, yeah. What did gold do?
Concentrate. Yeah, Doji today, yesterday went up a little bit.
So see, even hovering around in that area too, doing nothing, right? Odds and probability that's gonna drop is highly probable. And that means I'm bearish with as well with the Aussie against the dollar. 104.19 at the moment. Okay, so talk about dollar CAD. How come dollar CAD didn't want to drop? So it's currently weak. It's waiting for something. Maybe perhaps people were focusing on the euro against the dollar, then that's why people didn't really want to buy. I don't know, but definitely that's what I'm currently looking at. But definitely that's also high probability
Yeah.
that it may continue to the upside. What else can we look for?
Are we doing Canada?
With the CAD.
Lower time frame.
Bigger time frame.
Oh,
Let's
bigger
see.
time frame.
CAD. What, is that a dollar?
Huh? That's wrong.
So that's a
What do you
data
guys
floor.
think?
Yeah,
What? Okay.
it's wrong on my end too. What the?
Is it yours, Ian?
Let me see.
Come on.
You should be out.
It's going to get there. Hang on. I missed by 0.09 of a pip.
Oh no, this is 144.95, right? Go to the 1 hour chart for me, please.
Go to the A chart. Get your ass chart, please.
105, 1.7 pip, 2.2 pips.
What's your stop? I mean, your target.
144.90.
144.
There.
Okay. Yeah, you get there. Yeah, well, we're talking about precision sizing, right? See, sometimes it happens as well. Like, I wanted to put a lot there to short, but then like No, hang on a second. Your pound yen, because I got hit as well with a pound yen. And see, those are the type of emotions that we experience as traders a lot. And the if, the should, the coulds, the woulds. So and then my head just goes into spinning mode and like, damn, if I put X amount of position size in there, then I would have made blah 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 blah. Yeah, but yeah, just follow to the rules, man. Let's see. Okay, 1:45. Yeah, you'll get there. All right, let's have a look on the dollar CAD based on the weekly. What's the weekly saying?
CAD. Weekly. CAD weekly, is that weekly?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have this. I have the same picture.
Yeah, I've got the same too.
So that would have been a dark cloud cover perhaps. Unless it did gap, in fact. That can't gap. No, not that much.
Yeah.
And then they're just holding it above that demand area when the 99.64 buys pushing the prices up here. It has got a little bit of room to move to complete this void area up to almost parity of deal.
I think there should be a red candle to the downside.
Yeah,
correct.
that should be like a bear area.
Yeah, I think that's a red candle to the downside.
All right, since the early chart is in a level of supply, out of 10, let's start from you, Ann. Out of 10, what's the odds do you think that that's gonna go further to the upside?
Mine is a 9, because of the DXY retracing. So, but it's not a 10 because it's struggling a little bit as well.
How about you, JP?
Yeah, I'm at a 9 as well. I mean, this has got a little bit more room to move toward the upside, just to touch that downtrend line around the 80. So it has got more to move. I just don't know why it hasn't been moving.
Remember the dollar index is not an uptrend.
Downtrend.
Sorry?
The dollar
Yeah, it's a
index is
downtrend.
not
That's just...
Okay, if you draw as well a trend line on that's one, connect as well from the big doji. Yeah, there you go. Boom. What if scenarios? What if it doesn't want to break that line? Yes, it can go to about 80, 80, 80, 80, 20. Right, what if it doesn't want to do that? What if yesterday was a fake out that the market can continue to go to the upside? Okay, there, that answers my question. I'm going to stay away from it.
Yeah, it's also below 8 and 10.
Right, and if we're following M1 rules on a downtrend, a level of supply, then we're going to short.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what's sure that.
Based on the dollar index.
Oh, sorry about the index. Yeah, so correct. Yes. Sure.
Correct.
So anything can happen, and we can just basically look at it again tomorrow during when it closes.
Morning session.
Or you can monitor it on your end, and you know what to do. See, 91. Did you get taken yet? Because you reached 144.90. No, but that's a bid. That's a bid price.
Why is it easy?
Yeah, that's strong. You'll get taken. two big bears in a row. It needs a stabilization point. But in terms of your 2/3, I don't know where your 2/3 is going to be. That's going to struggle a little bit. Where's the other one? Where's the 2/3? 144.20.
the limit.
Yeah, 144.20. Okay, if that was me, okay, if this is just me, I will take 2/3 on the first target, 1/3 on the last one, because it's on an uptrend.
Correct. I would do the same.
Okay, that's me.
I think that,
Yeah. If it's on a downtrend, then yes, 1/3.
yeah.
But it's in an uptrend, right? Because remember, we're against the tide here. All right. Questions, queries, challenges.
No questions.
No, no questions. Pretty
was
good.
the helper today?
Thank you.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Alrighty. That's a good one. Alright, guys, you have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Adios. Bye.